Let's look at the tools used in hacking web applications module. HTTP print and WhatWeb to identify server-side technologies. HTTP print is a web server fingerprinting tool. We did this for certifiedhacker.com using HTTP print. GNU wget is employed for retrieving files using HTTP, HTTPS, and FTP. GoBuster is for directory listing for domains like certifiedhacker.com. Attackers can use tools such as Vega, WP Scan, Vulnerability Database, uh, Arachne, and Uniscan to identify vulnerabilities in the target web applications. Vega and WP Scan are also used in iLabs. SAML Rider to bypass SAML based SSO authentication. SAML Rider is a Burp Suite extension. WS Attacker tool for SOAP action spoofing. SOAP UI Pro for web service attack. OWASP Z attack proxy is used for cookie exploitation. THC Hydra for password cracking. Attackers can use tools such as Astra to carry out REST API vulnerability scanning. So Astra is used for REST API vulnerability scanning. So some of the other API vulnerability scannings are Fuzz API, W3AF, App Spider, Wookie, VOOKI, and OWASP Zap. Attackers use tools such as Weevily, Weevely, Weevely to gain backdoor access to website without being pressed. Web shell detector is a PHP or Python based script that helps in scanning and discovering PHP, CGI, ASPX shells. It has a web shell's signature database that helps in discovering the web shell. API gateways provide many security capabilities to APIs. So API gateway is not a tool, but just as a point to remember from exam point of view. API gateway provides many security capabilities to APIs. Some of the best practices for API security. Use the rate limiting feature to limit number of API calls made by the client in a particular time frame. Use IP whitelisting to create a list of trusted IP addresses or IP ranges to access APIs. Implement a pagination technique that can divide a single response into several fragments so that the payloads are not oversized. Use techniques such as quotas and throttling to control and track the API usage and to set the API request limit. Different web application security, manual web app testing. So we do this for web application security, manual web app testing, automatic web app testing. Similarly, we can perform static application security testing, SAST. It is similar to static testing. Dynamic application security testing, DAST, is similar to dynamic testing. Web application fuzz testing, there are different types of fuzz testing like mutation based, generation based, and protocol based fuzz testing. A tool called fuzzer can be used to perform fuzz testing. You can also perform source code review for the web application security. There are different types of encoding schemes like URL encoding, HTML encoding, Unicode encoding. Unicode encoding can be of 16-bit and 8-bit. So 8-bit in Unicode encoding is also called as UTF-8. Base 64 encoding, hex encoding. Ability API lity.io is used to know if the IP address, domain, or email of a user is blacklisted. Runtime application self-protection RASP. Runtime application self-protection provides security to web and non-web application running on a server. It can detect runtime attacks on real-time software application layer and can provide better visibility of the hidden vulnerabilities in the incoming traffic. This complements uh, um, firewall, IDP, IDP, and IPS, IDS and IPS. So Acuntext WVS checks web applications for SQL injection, cross-site scripting, etc. It includes advanced penetration testing tools such as HTTP editor and HTTP fuzzer. Instalker is another tool to find vulnerabilities of web application. The browser exploitation framework Beef is an open source penetration testing tool used to test and exploit web applications and browser based vulnerabilities. So this is used, Beef is used to check the web applications and browsers. So, it is used to check the vulnerabilities of web applications and browsers. It provides the penetration tester with practical client-side attack vectors and leverages web application and browsers vulnerabilities to assess the security of a target and perform further intrusions. Dot Defender TM is a software-based WAF that protects your website from malicious attacks such as SQL injection, path traversal, cross-site scripting, and others that result in the website defacement. So Dot Defender TM and which is the other tool, Beef. Beef is used for penetration testing. Dot Defender and Rasp. They're used to protect from the attacks on the web applications or servers. Rasp and Dot Defender TM.